So what I'm gonna mention is talk about now is the digital open rule integrated cause of death selection tool, which we call for easier pronunciation DORIS, and this tool was developed by WHO as part of the digital end-to-end solution for mortality reporting to help countries as they scale up their implementation of ICD-11. This tool helps us in the selection of underlying cause of death automatically from text or coded data in ICD-11. There is the digital end-to-end solution. I'm not going to go into details, but we have a set of tools that supports users in reporting mortality from the EMCCD, so from the input side to the output side, which lead to the ANA code 3. In between, we have the coding tool and browser that we showed, the DORIS tool that I'm going to show. We also have two other tools, Code Edit and ANA code 3, that are for quality assurance and for analyzing cause of death data. We also have a lot of reference materials on the right hand side of my screen that also help in the transition to 11, and also in training, moving from 10 to 11 with tabulation lists, mortality, morbidity, and of course the reference guide. So the EMCCD are the technical specifications based on the 2016 MCCD form. This is done on the input side. Then when we get the data in DORIS, we select the underlying cause of death after having the information listed on the death certificate. Now, the most important part to mention is that it is, as all WHO ICD-11 framework tools, it's free. It has no needed license or specific license. It's multilingual, as all our tools, clinically up to date, transparent. It can be used online and offline, and it has an interface with the coding tool that we mentioned earlier, and it's used to select the underlying cause of death, as I mentioned, automatically. So in this instance, I'm showing the homepage. And this is where we show that DORIS can be used as a web version for individual certificates, but it also can be used as an offline tool downloaded on your computers. And this is the homepage of DORIS, same as ICD-11. You just add a /DORIS. And the three ways of running DORIS, as I mentioned, are the web version in the screenshot, where you can run the individual certificates. But we also have the batch processing mode in the desktop version, because when you have a large data set and that you want to run and get the underlying cause of death selected automatically, you need the batch processing mode. And this is the screen I'm showing here on the left-hand side. And also, you can access DORIS through the APIs that Chan mentioned earlier, and then we will talk about more in other presentations in details. And then in the next release, we will have the new version of DORIS in the APIs of 2024 version of ICD-11. It's important to mention that this tool, the offline tool, has two different inputs. You can have the text mode and the code mode. The text mode is when you have text-based causes of death in your data sets on a death certificate. You will run it using the input files in the batch processing mode of DORIS, and then you will get in the output the underlying cause of death selected with the report saying what were the rules running in the back end, and that helped to select the underlying cause of death. These rules are, when we talk about the mortality rules, are the rules that were in the volume 2 of ICD-10 that are now reflected the same with few changes as to the structure of ICD-11, but they remain the same with the same numbering, same structure as the volume 2. So the selection process would remain the same. The difference is that it's now fully automated. So these rules are being digitalized to run and then select the underlying cause of death with the algorithm running behind DORIS tool. And this is for the text mode and for the ICD-11 coded. The ICD-11 coded data sets are just also you fill in the columns in the input files that can be Excel based, CSV based, or JSON based. and then you run it, and then you get the output file in the same place where you had your input file. But there are two different output files, and this came requested by the member states or the countries that we have used DORIS with them. They requested the ANA code 3 output. So that we have in this end-to-end solution of ICD 11, the output that extracted from DORIS is automatically inserted in ANA code 3. And then this would make easier the life of users and data manager, as to reduce the burden of changing from one template to the other and then running a lot of tools. And we have a user guide that explains how to load your input file, how to format it in a way that is understandable by Doris, and then also how to use the online and the offline version and the APIs as well. So because I need to be brief, we will just invite you to go to the user guide, check how it is running, and we are very happy to support the technical implementation. Please email us on ICD inbox or my inbox as well, and we are happy to answer your questions. I hope that I stuck to the 5 minutes, Miroslav. Back to you.